Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Toys in My Closet. And I am your host, Hebot. And today we're going to take a look at none other than the Masters of the Universe Mega Construct Point Dread with Sorceress and Battle Armored Skeletor and Panthor, the little deluxe figures. And as you can see right here in front of you, this is the artwork from the box. The box is kind of big. I don't really know how to give you a measurement, but let's see if I have something close by. Okay, I do. So if we take a ruler and we measure it, just to give you guys an idea of how long it is width-wise, right? It's 13 inches in, length. So, this is the last piece that I own, or that I have a hold of, right, of this Mega Construx series and collection and line from Mattel, which is basically their version of Legos. Now, I had this for quite a while, haven't been able to finish it or build it, so I'm going to get to that today, hopefully, and present it to you guys in the video. So, this is what it looks like in the front. This is what it looks like on the back with the promotional shot there. And you see all the things it brings, and it's in like a graphic 3D print. You also notice that it has also Zodak as a figure, which I don't think I have. No, I do have a Zodak. He came with the scuba gear set, but this is cool anyway. Have another Zodak in the ranks, and it comes with the piece that brings the the weapons rack from Castle Grayskull. On the top, you see there that it has like this promotional shot of the figures, Masters of the Universe logo, Mega Construx. The bottom is just legalese. And then on the side, obviously, it just says Masters of the Universe with the whatever's in the set. So and then Skeletor on the other side, Battle Armor Skeletor to be exact. So to me, the only real piece I need from this is the Point Dread, because I already got the Panthor separate in Walmart with the flock one, because there's a flock version. I already got the Sorceress in white and in red and the regular colors, which came with Castle Grayskull and Battle Bones. And also, I got the Zodak with the scuba gear set. And I believe I have a Battle Armor Skeletor also that came with something else. I forgot what it is at the moment, but it is. So, we're going to open it up real quick and just see how many pieces and bags it has inside. So, here we are. It comes with the instruction manual, which is pretty nice. Actually brings two of them, I guess, just in case you misplaced one. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 bags of greatness. Now, this is also the Talon Fighter. I said Point Dread. The Point Dread is basically the mountain that resides next to Castle Grayskull and goes on top of Castle Grayskull, based off the toys, right? The vintage toys, which has the ability to land and house the Point Dread, which is that vehicle right there. Now, with that said, I don't really need to build the whole thing, because like I said, I have the other stuff, but I still will build it just so you can see what it comes out like and looking like based on the ones that it brings, and I'll try to compare it with the ones I already have. So sit back and relax, have a digital drink, and hopefully you'll join me for the ride and have some fun with this unboxing, building, figure, and playset review, because not really a figure, it's a playset review with the Masters of the Universe Mega Construx Point Dread and Talon Fighter set, Mega Construct set. So I see you guys real soon, and I hope you stay and watch until the end. Okay guys, welcome back. Here we go. Here is the absolute glorious set, all put together, of the Point Dread and Talon Fighter. And this is all the other pieces that come, obviously, in the set. So we'll take a look at each one closely and, one by one. So we'll start off with the Sorceress. As you can see right there, the Sorceress looks very... Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. The Sorceress looks very, very nice. As you can see there. She has a lot of nice detail. And the pink, the pink Hundi lips. All white deco with the wings in white. As well, her staff in white. Her boots in white. Look very, very nice. And she comes also with Zor, the white edition, on the perch. There you go, good old Zor. Really, really nice also. And then we have excuse me, a full-on classic vintage Zodak. And as you can see, these figures, although small in scale, they still have quite a lot of detail. You look at the rivets even in the back of his helmet. Really nicely painted and decorated out. Even the symbol in the front of his chest. So you have a full-fledged Zodak vintage style. And then we have next here is Panthor with battle armor Skeletor. You see it's very nice and shiny and glossy. But this is the matte one. This one has no flock. I have the one that's flock that they sold separately, which I believe was a Walmart exclusive. And to give him his classic, obviously, vintage look, because Panthor never had really a harness. There he is. There is Panthor in all his glory. Nicely painted, nice face deco, as you see. And it has nice articulation that comes with the display piece. Although this should have been like a purple color to match Snake Mountain, in my opinion. But it's okay. It is what it is. And then we have here another weapons rack, but difference being this weapon rack really matches the one that was created for the Master of the Universe classic line from Mattel that came with Castle Grayskull. It's more in that brown deco with the blue weapons, and really nice amount of weapons as you see there, all from the vintage castle. Because I also have the other one, which I'll show you in a sec, which came with Castle Grayskull, which is more based on the toy of the very first vintage toy itself. So there is the newer weapons rack. Then we'll move on here and show you the Point Dread, which is basically where you house, the Talon Fighter, which looks like a really nice piece addition that goes on top of Castle Grayskull, which I believe you can connect it via this strip here onto the castle if you have it fully built, which I had to take mine apart due to my cats being crazy. So he has the disc there, which is supposed to symbolize the record that came with this set from the actual vintage toy. And the original one from the 80s used to come with a record which would play back the story read to you by one of the narrators. And you know, here is the really nice detail of the you know, control deck, as you see there, which at this point in time I can bring in, because I have it right next to me, the actual one that comes with the Master Universe Classic one, which you see there is all detailed and not just stickers, but mainly all detailed and sculpted, with the exception of the monitor screen. And you'll see, just to get an idea, you can see of what it looks like side by side, right? That's the first comparison with the control deck that goes inside. But if you see the difference in size from that little one here, so let me see if I can pull it out really fast. And the difference in size from this one to this, and that tells you and kind of gives you an idea how big Point Dread is for the Masters of the Universe Classic line. And then the last piece on here, but certainly not least, is the Point Dread itself. And as you can see, it looks really, really nice with that really classic look. And you know, it even comes with the firing missiles there, which you press this here, and that flew somewhere way too far. But just to give you an idea, and you know, it works really well. The canopy does open like so. You have the details on the inside, really nice. Or it looks like you can sit someone here and someone in the back, and you can close it like so. It has a moving satellite on the top, just like the vintage and the classics as well. Even the actual feet move for positioning. You see the, you know, the eye there for the bird, and then the back, which looks just like the, you know, the fire coming out of the actual engine blowers, the vents in the back, then even the little guns here on the top, the nice gray highlights there, and then the wings, of course, in that nice bronze brown. Really, really nice, you know, and nicely detailed for being a, you know, a piece of Lego. So you take this like so and put it right on the top, and you have a really nice piece all around. So it looks really, really, really good together. Oh, that came out. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put this back on here. Oh, there we go. And then you have the Point Dread with the Talon Fighter all together in one piece, like so, as you can see. So it looks really, really good in all of its glory. So what I'll do now is I'll show you comparisons of all the things that I have, like the other Zodak, the other weapons rack, the other sorceress, and the other Panther, and then the Point Dread. So I'll be right back. And here we go with the first comparison. As you can see, I have Panthor here with non-flunked and flunked. And you can see that they both look pretty much the same. If you look up close and personal, they look pretty much the same, you know. Even, although one is flunked, one is not. This one you were able to get, and I think the harness is about this color too. This one you were able to get in Walmart. exclusively. The joints on the non-flocked one actually are a lot sturdier and tighter. They hold much better, but you can see that it looks still pretty cool. I got the flock one because obviously it's just like the classics, and like I told you, this piece here is purple to, you know, to match the motif more of, you know, the of Snake Mountain, which I think makes a lot of sense. Just because, you know, it is Skeletor, and it is the bad guys. As you can see, it's also very hard to put on the piece due to the flocking and due to the fact that the piece likes to fall off a lot too. But, you know, that's just to give you guys an idea. So there's the first comparison. And here we have the weapons racks. As you can see, the weapons rack here is more in the style of the 2000, no, not 2000, the Masters of the Universe Classics, great, you know, Castle Grayskull versus the vintage Castle Grayskull from the 80s. You can see it's the same rack. The difference being it has the thing that comes across like the one in the 80s, and also the weapons on it, on this rack. You see that they're all like a grayish beige color, and that's because it's very reminiscent to the original vintage, which was the same color motif, you know, in comparison to the 2000 or the Masters of the Universe Classic version. So moving right along, and here we have the two sorcerers, the white, which is from the comics, and then the one from the Filmation color style and aesthetics, and that we also got in the vintage toy line. And you see that, you know, they're very much the same in design, but when it comes to, you know, the color deco, so, you know, nice differences, especially when you turn it around and you look at the capes. You see that it's orange blue versus the all white and ivory. And then the hairdress as well on her head. You see they're very same, different, you know. This is classic sorcerers versus comic. And it's the same idea versus, you know, the Zor. The Zor in that orange motif that you see here, I feel has more personality than the all white, which we all know Zor is basically what Sorceress turns into when she wants to spy and look up and look after certain things without nobody knowing who she is. So next we have Zorak, and as you can see there, they're very much the same and very different. These two guys here, like I said, this is the first time you have the whole full vintage, and then this is supposed to be a Filmation. The only thing, since this came with the scuba dive set, he didn't bring his harness, so obviously you see that the grays are on the boots and on the trunks are much darker, and on the actual helmet. But he does have the white gloves, and he doesn't have the chest, but he has the same blaster, which is kind of funny that he came with the blaster even though he'd be underwater. Now the belts are different. One's red and one's white. Although I believe in the originals, even the one that had the Filmation look, which is this one, this more Filmation, I believe it was a white belt and not red. So I think that part right there is actually incorrect, but you know, you guys get the idea. And here we go with the comparisons of the point dread. And as you can see, the size difference is absolutely crazy. I don't even know how to keep this thing in frame, but as you can see, there is the point dread on the inside, and obviously on the back side here of the Mega Construx version, you see it has the actual control deck, and in this one you put the control deck in it also, but you gotta push it towards the back, and it's a form-fitted thing, and you see that it is, you know, all there in all of its glory, and that's what the idea is meant to be. So that's what the point dread, which is the piece that goes on top of Castle Grayskull, looks like in comparison. Oh Jesus, here we go. Look at the size difference. You can't even fit this thing in the frame. It's so big. But here's the comparison. I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry, guys. Because it's just, I'm trying to get this to fit in frame as best as I could. And for you guys, you probably see it as a still picture. And, you know, you're like, oh, it's okay. It's pretty cool. But it really is very clumsy. You can't fit nothing, G. This thing is serious. Look at this thing right here. This thing is serious. Look at the size of this thing. This is so serious. The thing's about to kill over my whole tabletop. I'm sorry, guys. It's just too funny. But there you go. If you want to see the comparison on these two pieces and the differences in scale versus, you know, Mega Construx versus the Masters of the Universe Classics. And I don't have the vintage one, but you know what? I don't know where to put it because this one takes all the space. Yeah, guys, so there you have the difference, obviously. You know, with the point dread versus the Mega Construx version. And let's see if I can maybe put this sideways so you guys can get an idea. Look how massive this thing is. It's just massive. Massive. I'll show you the back. Massive. Very massive. Boom, boom, boom. See? Full of detail, but you can see that has a lot of similarities to what you see in the Lego Mega Construx one. I said Lego. The Mega Construx one. Sorry, guys. DK Lego. Oh, that's too funny. And again, I'm trying to do this where it doesn't destroy my whole area where I gotta, you know, my whole review deck. But yeah, guys, there you go. So there is the final piece of comparison. Now let's move on to the my final thoughts of the set, and you know, if I feel it's worthy or not worthy, and you know, I'll just review. So guys, here we have it. Here is the entire set in all of its glory. And again, this is a nice Mega Construx piece, because it comes with a lot of things. But the only downfall that I have to say is that if you have the sorceress that came with the Castle Grayskull, this sorceress kind of doesn't feel like she should have been here, but it makes sense in the fact that you don't have to get her separate and pay more money if you wanted the comic version. So they threw her in with the other piece that associates with Castle Grayskull, which is the Talon fighter here with the point dread, and also the weapons rack. They threw it in there, which it's kind of cool, because it's also part of Grayskull, but a different version of it. And then the Zodak is cool because you got the whole Zodak, even though I don't think they sold them separately. Plus, this one, of course, comes with the scuba set here, But doesn't come complete, obviously, if you are, you know, what you call it, if you are yearning for a whole Zodak. So it makes perfect sense, and it's a cool addition to the set. Now, the one piece that I think from this set that definitely should have been, that should have not really been in here, because I feel the waste of skew of adding something else, is the Skeletor with Battle Armor Skeletor, because, you know, you get them in the other set too that I just reviewed not too long ago, which I think was the Land Shark. And you get the Panthor, but this is the regular one without the flocking. They sold the flocking one separate as a Walmart exclusive, and it was very pricey. That piece alone, I think, was about $15, $12, just for the actual Panthor himself for being flocked. And it came with that Skeletor that you saw on him. So this set here is about $50, because the Point Dread and the Talon Fighter are the biggest showpiece part of it, and it's pretty big. But again, for that price, you know, it all depends on you, you know, how much and how badly you want it, if you feel it warrants the purchase. For me, I got it because obviously I wanted to have Point Dread and Talon Fighter, because it's one of the vehicles, iconic vehicles from He-Man and the, you know, vintage collection from back in the day. So I think the set is worthy. I think it's good. I think it's a little overpriced, the set, but I understand why, because it comes with 3 figures: Panthor, the Rack, Zor, and then the Point Dread and the Talon Fighter. So I understand why it is the price of this, but I think it could have been maybe $40, and it would probably been a better sweet spot for a lot, you know, to attract more people, really, because a lot of people are not even collecting this line, because it's like a Legos version of from Mattel, and they get turned off. And real quick, to give you guys an idea, right, of what I was trying to say earlier with the Zodak, with the scuba set that comes, this is what it looks like with the whole scuba set put on together, like that. You see? That's the scuba set that comes with, that you buy separate in those little Skeletor face, you know, assembly pieces. This was the set from the vintage toy line that came out only in Europe, and you know, you buy it separate, and you even comes with this base that looks like he's underwater, which is really cool. But that set alone is like, I think $5-10, something like that. So you can find them in your Walmarts. Oh no, in your Targets. My bad, in your Targets. So I think it's worthy, but it all depends. It's going to depend on you, how much of a Motu fan you are, because of the price point. So, guys, I give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you like this video, if you dislike this video, like I said, give it a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down. Share the video with someone you think who might like it. Obviously, if you always continue to come to my channel to give me support, thank you so much, because without you, this channel would not be where it is or sustained. And obviously, if you're new to the channel, thank you, welcome, thank you for stopping by. I hope you liked the content, and if you did, I appreciate it if you subscribe, because I know you didn't have to, but since you did, just remember, I consider you part of my family, and it means the world to me. As always, guys, if you want to help me out in any way, shape, or form, or follow me in any social media platform, it's all down in the description below with all the information in the description box. You can also, if you want to do any type of donations to have me highlight something or review it, or even, you know, showcase it, like this piece here and this set, I will be more than happy to do so. Just hit me up on one of those social media platforms on DMs, or online social platforms on DMs or Messenger, and we'll, hit me up with a message, and we'll work out the particulars. So, guys, this is your host, Hebot, signing off with another exciting episode of Toys in My Closet. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep hunting, but be respectful and be courteous to others in these trying times, but still while having fun. Until the next one, guys. Bye-bye.